If we have money, we can eliminate all kinds of barriers that keep us from being ourselves or having what we need or want. Hi, I'm Rogers Follansby, the author of It's Not Your Fault. Let's talk about money for a minute. Most everyone I know loves the idea of having as much money as possible. That is, most everyone, but not everyone. For example, this does not include Joe or Mary Pinkerton, who swear money means nothing to them. Nevertheless, leaving Mary and Joe out of this, and strictly from a psychological standpoint, most people want money simply because it's a super effective contradiction killer. If you've read my book, It's Not Your Fault, you'll remember that life is full of contradictions, and contradictions sometimes stop us from being who we are, or who we're trying to be, which includes, of course, having the things we need and want. Just for fun, let's do a little recap on contradiction and why we try to avoid it as much as we do. For example, let's say that you just had a workout and now want your usual banana split. Unfortunately, your friend Peter just ate the last banana you had. Now, all of a sudden, who you are, someone who wants to consume a banana split, can't be who you are. That's just been denied to you by someone else. And in this case, that someone else is Peter. As a result, you react to Peter's contradiction or denial and say or do something you think will set things straight or neutralize the contradiction you've just received. Maybe you'll insult Peter or insist he get you another banana. After all, he's always eating your food and never replacing it. Or if Peter isn't around, you might point an accusing finger at someone else while you voice your grievance. Or you'll write your name on each and every bit of food that's in that house. That's yours. That's a normal thing to do. We have the tendency to do this kind of thing when confronted with denial or contradiction, and we do it in the hope that our actions will balance out. But what does all this stolen banana business have to do with money? Let's imagine that you have a little more money. Were that the case, maybe you would have purchased more bananas in the first place, and you wouldn't mind sharing so much. Or, if you had a lot more money, you wouldn't even need to split the rent with a food thief in the first place. Money is hardly life's perfect contradiction killer, but in many cases, it sure can get us closer to controlling the possible contradictions that might be in store for us. If we have money, we can eliminate all kinds of barriers that keep us from being ourselves or having what we need or want. Money can solve many of life's present and potential denials or contradictions and remove any number of barriers, glitches, complications, and downfalls that life is so full of. Money can give us food and comfort. It can pave the way to having the things we think we need and all that stuff we know we want. Money opens doors while keeping doors to conflict firmly shut. It can even allow us to show off a little or a lot. We can buy things that are really, really shiny and big or in some other way impressive. In some cases, it can even score us admiration and a certain degree of respect. But there's one thing money decidedly cannot buy. It can't buy us eternal life. Nobody can buy eternal anything because eternal life doesn't even exist. In other words, money can't do it all. Life has an expiration date, and no matter how much money you might have, that expiration date is just around the corner. So money can wipe out a variety of contradictions, but it's not a total contradiction eliminator. Many observers have seen time and time again how money can eliminate only a limited number of contradictions and pave the way for achieving a finite number of wishes. It can't even buy us love, or so I've been told. At its worst, money can create more contradictions than it can ward off. So is money a fail-safe, eternally effective contradiction killer? No, it isn't. As a matter of fact, what trumps money is something we can all have if we work at it just a little, and that's knowledge. For example, learn all you can about structured psychology and become a more powerful contradiction contender than the richest man alive. Thank you very much.